ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम्। यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः। ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः शान्तं न विदुःसुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः। श्लोक नंबर 14, 8th chapter। अथ अष्टमोऽध्यायः। श्रीभगवानुवाच अनन्यचेताः सततम् यो मां स्मरति नित्यशः तस्याहं सुलभः पार्थ नित्ययुक्तस्य योगिनः मामुपेत्य पुनर्जन्म दुःखालयमशाश्वतम् नाप्नुवन्ति महात्मानः संसिद्धिं परमां गताः। आब्रह्मभुवनान् लोकाः पुनरावर्तिनोऽर्जुन मामुपेत्य तु कौन्तेय पुनर्जन्म न विद्यते। So here Bhagavan is presenting the greatness of the superiority, significance of attaining Paramatma, which is equal to attaining moksha. And Bhagavan says, how it is possible? It is possible by doing this meditation. By that one goes to Brahmaloka. In Brahmaloka one attains Jnanam and becomes one with Paramatma, which is called Krama Mukti, which is not the regular sadhana talked about in Vedanta, but that also is accepted. Our regular sadhana is what? In this life itself, you attain Jnanam of oneness with Paramatma and you get freedom. Here and now. In the business language, they call cash transaction. Here only. No check, no promissory note, here and now. But this also is accepted, that somebody who is not capable of understanding and getting convinced of I myself being one with Paramatma, then Shastra said doesn't matter. You do meditation on Paramatma, you will get this Brahmaloka and you will get moksha. And somebody may, Swamiji, what about Vaikuntha Loka? Because in our philosophy, they say Vaikuntha you go. We don't say Brahmaloka. Then our Shastra answers that Brahmaloka is such a loka that it will be available as Vaikuntha to Vaishnava. It will be available as Shiva Loka to the Shaivites. So Brahmaloka is the name for the highest loka, and according to the bhavana of Upasaka, it will be experienced as Shiva Loka, Vaikuntha, etc. Of course, this idea Vaishnavas will not accept. Vaishnavas will say that our Vaikuntha is beyond this Brahmaloka. Everybody wants the highest, So they will say our Shiva Loka is higher than even Brahma Loka. But if we go by the description given in this Vedas, Vedanta, there is no separate Vaikuntha Loka other than Brahma Loka. All right. And the Brahma Loka Prapti will lead to Krama Mukti and person becomes free. Then somebody may ask that how will it be possible? If you remember the conditions required at the end of one's life, one has to remember Paramatma, one has to withdraw the pranas, and one has to raise the prana to the Sahasrara, and then he has to take up. All this, how will it be possible remembering Paramatma at the end? Bhagavan says, practice. If you have done this practice throughout your life, it is possible. First of all, we need the will. I want to attain this. If will is not there, then motivation will not be there. If motivation is not there, efforts will not be there. In life, people don't succeed because of this. The will is less or motivation is less, and motivation based efforts are less and not well directed. So person has this will to attain Paramatma, then it will be possible, and he has to make efforts. He has to remember Paramatma regularly, every day, and most of the time. In all waking hours, he remembers Paramatma and then he attains. And Bhagavan says, if person attains me, then his cycle of birth and death is over. Mam upetya punarjanma na apnuvanti. Person doesn't attain punarjanma, which is dukkhalayam, which is fraught with so many problems and which is temporary. Any life, you may say, Swamiji, my present life is wonderful. I don't want to be free from cycle of birth and death. I am happy, Swamiji. But even if you consider this life to be happy life, it will be ashashvatam, temporary. And this temporary situation of being born and again dying and having so many problems in between, that samsara, which is represented by punarjanma, na aptuvanti mahatmanaha. Great people do not attain this punarjanma. Great people are those who are worshipping great Paramatma. So great Paramatma they do not attain because samsiddhim paramam gataha. They attain the highest goal called moksha. So moksha, one thing is that person does not come back. That somebody is Swamiji, I want moksha but I want to come back. That is not possible. If you have vairagya, if you have dispassion for this cycle of birth and death, then only you should work for moksha. If you say, no, Swamiji, I want to be born again, then moksha is not the pursuit right now for you. You lead your life very well. Follow the values, be contributor, make some prayers. These are the what is called suggestions for people who want to be born again. They can lead their happy life. We don't want people to get moksha compulsorily. It is not that everybody who has come has to get moksha. Not necessary. You lead your life happily. The way you can chant Bhagavan Nama, be contributor, lead your life. But when you see the limitation of this whole system, that every now and then I am feeling helpless. Every now and then I have to bear the insult. Every now and then I have to suffer this sickness. and so much struggle, I do not want this anymore. Then only mumuksha will come. Then only this pursuit will really start. And that's why it is said, these Mahatmas, they have understood the limitations and therefore they worship Bhagavan and they do not come back. Otherwise, anywhere you go, you have to come back. Even higher loka you go, you have to come back. That idea is given in this shloka, 16th shloka. Abrahma bhuvanan lokaha punaravartinaha Arjuna. Hey Arjuna, all the worlds, all the planes of experience. In our Shastra, we talk about 14 lokas. Bhuhu, Bhuvaha, Suvaha, Maha, Janaha, Tapaha, Satya. These 7 lokas are called upper loka, Urdhva loka. Swamiji, where are we? We are in Urdhva loka. But the lowest among the Urdhva loka. It is something like you are going by Rajdhani, but you are going by third AC. So it is like that. So you are in the higher loka, but in the higher loka you are the lowest. But we have consolation that we are in higher class. So Bhuhu, Bhuva, Swaha, Maha, Janaha, Tapa, Satya. Then the 7 lower lokas. Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Talatala, Rasatala, Mahatala, Patala. These 7 are called the lower lokas. The English sometimes they translate it Netherlands. So it is not a correct translation, but that is what the nether means, lower lokas. And all 14 lokas, we are not here considering Naraka loka, so but the lokas which are popular in Shastra, anywhere you go, you have to go with return ticket only. You have to come back. Unless you have gone to Brahmaloka with the Upasana, with the Vairagya for all the lokas, then in Brahmaloka you get Atmajnanam and then you will not come back. Even in Manushya Loka also same. If in Manushya Loka, this world which we are in is called Manushya Loka, the world of human beings. Here also, if you get Jnana, here also you do get Moksha, you don't have to come back. Whether it is Brahmaloka or this Bhuloka, Moksha is by Jnana. If you don't get Jnanam and Paramatma, Punaravartinaha, return ticket, come back. Only difference is in higher loka like Swarga loka and the Brahma loka, person is not physically born from the mother's womb. One day he was delivered and then he falls sick, goes to the hospital and then one day he dies. That type of thing doesn't happen in other loka. Person remains sweet 16. Born sweet 16, remains sweet 16 or 17 or 18, whatever you like. Whichever is youth, that age person remains throughout the period in that particular loka. And person doesn't die like that, falls sick, COVID happened and then person died. That type of thing is not there. Person disappears, melted away. But there also this manifestation is there, person arrives in that loka and person has to depart from that loka. So every loka you go, loka means plane of experience, anywhere you go, punaravartinaha. Nothing is permanent. Then how to be free from this ayaram gayaram means subject to coming and going. Yatayat, they used to use the word. Yatayat means going and coming. Bhagavan says, Mam upetya. Having attained me Paramatma, he Kaunteya, he Arjuna, Punarjanma na vidyate. Rebirth is not there. Person may ask this question, Swamiji, rebirth is not there means what will happen? I will be stuck somewhere in, I will be like, kept in some storeroom somewhere. No. That is not the idea. Person is not born means person's individuality is dissolved into totality. Like this pot, in the pot there is space. When pot is broken, then what happens? The individual space is dissolved into totality. So similarly, this moksha means what? the dissolution of individuality into totality. So you should not think that, oh Swami, after getting moksha, I will see you there. So you also will have moksha, I also will have moksha, and both of us say, how are you? So where did you get moksha? Oh, I got in Arshavidya Gurukula. Oh, I also got there only. So that type of dialogue you should not think. Moksha means individuality is completely dissolved. You are not there as Mr. So and so, Mrs. So and so. That is why you should ask this question. Am I ready to be dissolved? I will no more be there as an individual. I will be there as totality. As the entire Akasha, all Vayu, you will be there. You will be one with them. Therefore, Pujya Swamiji said, after I give up this body, I will be available freely. I will be available because I am one with all. So that is called moksha. So moksha doesn't mean that you will given some higher class ticket and you will be staying in some higher class palace or something. That is not moksha which Vedanta talks about. The going to higher loka and enjoying Bhagavan's the glory and all this, that moksha is different moksha. That is called salokya, sarupya. That is a different moksha. Vedanta talks about the ultimate param moksha, param samsiddhim, where this individuality is not there. To experience, Swamiji, how happy I will be feeling when I get moksha, after this body is gone, then how happy I feel. There is no feeling of happiness. You become one with limitless. That is what moksha is. And Bhagavan says, Punarjanmana vidyate. Rebirth is not there when a person attains me. Otherwise, anywhere you go, rebirth will happen. Even if you go to Brahmaloka and you don't get Jnanam there, you will come back. Even Brahmaji is a position. Brahmaji is not a person. Like Prime Minister is not a person. Prime Minister is a position. Different person will be assuming different person will be assuming this position at different time. Similarly, now some jiva is having this position of Brahmaji called Hiranyagarbha. And Bhagavan wants to say, even that Hiranyagarbha will have limited lifespan, very long lifespan. We are going to see how long, but still it is limited. And therefore, one day that jiva, he will have dhanam, therefore will be mukta, but Brahma Loka will be dissolved. The Brahma Loka is not permanent. The world itself is not permanent. Brahma Loka also will be dissolved and become one with Maya. So Bhagavan in the next few slokas, he is telling that even if you go to the highest loka, as loka, there is no permanence. That is said in the next sloka. Sahasrayuga paryantam aharyad brahmano viduhu ratrim yuga sahasrantam deho ratra vido janaha. So in the previous shloka it was said, all the lokas are Brahma Bhuvana. Up to Brahma Loka, all are subject to return. All are temporary. And that idea Bhagavan is giving. And also is giving some extra information. That is, Brahmaji's lifespan is 100 years. Then here also in human life also we see many people live for 100 years. But 100 years of Brahmaji is different from the 100 years of human beings. See, this relativity of time was already known to us. People think that Einstein only told. Einstein told, but he must have told in a more what is called scientific manner. But this idea that time is relative, that was very well known. In fact, in Purana we have a story that one king, he had a daughter, very beautiful daughter, and so he wanted to know whom should I marry my daughter to. So he went to Brahmaji, and at that time Brahmaloka he went. He was perhaps permitted, specially permitted, special visa. Generally, people not allowed because a person cannot go with this body. But he had perhaps special permission. So he went to Brahmaloka, and Brahmaji was doing Sandhya Vandanam that time. So 15-20 minutes of Brahmaloka, and then after that Sandhya Vandanam, this king asked about the marriage of his daughter. Then Brahmaji said, I will suggest something, but by the time you go back, millions of years must have passed. So you thought that this prince or that prince or that prince, you must be having 5-6 princes in your mind, but now none of them will be alive. Millions of years have passed. So this idea is given in our Purana, that when you come back, when you go back, this will be different. Even now they are telling that astronaut, when they go to outer space, when they come back, there is a time lag, time difference. So that idea, how beautifully, interestingly presented in our Shastra. Nice story, like you make a marriage, etc. So it looks little interesting. So this relativity of time was there, and here the calculation is given. What is the calculation? Sahasra yuga paryantam ahaha yad brahmano viduhu ratrim yuga sahasrantam teho ratra vido janaha. Janaha, people, te janaha, those people who are ahoratra vidaha, the knowers of day and night. Not only day and night of this human being, day and night of all the devatas, including Brahmaji. They, what do they say? Ahaha, the day of Brahmaji. Brahmanaha yat ahaha, the day which is there of Brahmaji. Viduhu, they know. How do they know? Sahasra yuga paryantam. They know it to be lasting for 1000 Chatur Yuga. So one day, working day, not calendar day. You know the difference between working day and calendar day. So working day means 12 hours of Brahmaji is equal to 1000 Chatur Yuga of human beings. Achha, now we have to understand what is Chatur Yuga. In our Shastra, this time is the whole cycle is divided into 4 yugas, 4 era. Now what is the yuga going on? Kali Yuga is going on. Yuga means really period of time is yuga. And each one has been given name also. Now what is the yuga? Kali Yuga is going on. Kali Yuga, how long will it last? Many people say Kali Yuga is going to be over in 2020, 30, keep on saying. Kali Yuga, according to us, it is 432,000 years. 432,000 years is the duration of Kali Yuga. How many years have gone now so far? Only 5,127 28. 5,128 years are gone. So it means what? Almost 427,000 years are still to go for Kali Yuga to be over. People ask this question, Swamiji, now so much adharma, corruption, this, that, war, all this. So what verse we want? See, you are able to attend Vedanta class. It shows that Kali Yuga is not in its full form. When Kali Yuga is in full form, in his higher intensity, then this will not be possible. So Kali Yuga it has got its own time. 432,000 years is the duration of Kali Yuga. Then we have got 4 yugas totally. Second yuga is called Dwapara Yuga. How many years? Double. 8 64,000 years is the Dwapar Yuga, where Krishna was born. In fact, we say that when Kali Yuga started, when Krishna left this earth. When Krishna left this earth, then Kali Yuga started. So Krishna was born in Dwapar Yuga and he left the body in Kali Yuga. In fact, when he left the body, Kali Yuga started. So at the end of the Dwapara, he left the body. 3 times the Kali Yuga is Treta Yuga. So it will be 12 lakhs 96,000 years will be Treta Yuga. And 4 times Kali Yuga, 70 lakhs 28,000 years will be Satya Yuga, Krita Yuga. So 1 time Kali Yuga, 2 times Dwapara, 3 times Treta, and 4 times the Satya Yuga. All 4 yugas put together will be how much? 10 times Kali Yuga. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4, 10 times. That much mathematics we know. I hope so. So 10 times Kali Yuga is 1 Chatur Yuga. So how many? It will be 43 lakhs 20,000 years. Some of you may not be familiar with the lakhs. So I will say 4.32 million. 4.32 million years will be 1 Chatur Yuga. And thousands of Chatur Yuga will be 12 hours of Brahmaji. So 4.32 million multiplied by 100, that will be the period of Brahmaji's 12 hours. So multiply by 2 will be 1 calendar day of Brahmaji. So how much it will be? 8.64 billion years will be 1 calendar day of Brahmaji. 8.64 billion years. You can verify the calculation afterwards. I have done it, so therefore I am telling you. And this is only 1 day of Brahmaji. So when you imagine 8.64 billion years pass, then only Brahmaji's 1 calendar day is over. Now, Bhagavan, suppose Brahmaji has 1 calendar, we used to have that one piece every day we remove one sheet. Date, one date calendar. What they call it? Daily sheet calendar. Date sheet calendar. Daily sheet calendar. Okay. Yeah. So we used to call it Datta calendar. Yeah, because that was their group. That is a very nice. In fact, that calendar has got a significance. You are just removing that daily sheet. So you acknowledge that 1 day is complete. So it is like a conscious acknowledgement. Nowadays we don't have calendars also. Generally we don't keep. We mobile only it is there. So when you remember, you see. But that was a very good. In fact, in the family, this will be the job of the elders. The eldest person of the family will do that. Some respectable job it was. Yeah. Anyway, so Brahmaji will remove his daily sheet. When 8.64 billion years have gone of human beings. And then such 360 days are completed, 1 year of Brahmaji will go. So 8.64 billion years multiplied by 360. You keep on counting. So that will be 1 year of Brahmaji. And multiply by 100 will be the lifespan of Brahmaji. So how many years? It will be about, I counted, it will be about 311 trillion years. 311 trillion years. Anyway, so this much is the lifespan of Brahmaji. But here we are not, our commitment is not to show such a big. In fact, Bhagavan wants to say, however big it is limited. Our main focus is not on that, oh, how big it is. Big, definitely big. But however big it is, one day Brahmaji has to vacate this Brahmaloka. Means Brahmaloka will be dissolved into this Maya. Not only that, after every working day of Brahmaji is over, when Brahmaji goes to sleep, that time also there is a pralaya. That will be talked about in the next shloka, but here we are focusing on this Brahmaji's this day. Ahaha Brahmanaha Sahasra Yuga Paryantam. Day of Brahmaji is lasting for 1000 Chatur Yuga. Here Yuga means Chatur Yuga. How much is the night? Ratrim Yuga Sahasrantam. The night of Brahmaji also is of same duration, 1000 Chatur Yuga. So 1000 Chatur Yuga is the duration for the day of Brahmaji. 1000 Chatur Yuga is the duration of Brahmaji's night. So Brahmaji is having balanced life. So 12 hours sleep, 12 hours working.
Work-life balance.
Work-life full balance. In that also they say that first 3 Chatur Yuga, Brahmaji will be yawning, so no activity. The last three also, like we people do it, no? When we get up immediately, we don't become active. So we take time, etc. We do it. So that Brahmaji does that. And when Brahmaji does it, 3 Chaturyugas are gone. So that is how it is description is there. Anyway, so this is the duration of Brahmaji's life. And when this 12 hours of Brahmaji are completed, what happens? That is said in the next shloka. It's a very interesting description. Avyakta advyaktayas sarvaha prabhavantyah ragame ratriagame praliyante tatraiva vyakta sanyake. So when we hear such descriptions, what should be our attitude? Our attitude is that however challenging anything looks, it will be over. However challenging. And remember one thing, all throughout this period, which we counted trillions of years, during that you were there or not? You were there or not? You were there or not? There? Jiva, you as a Jiva, as an individual, are anadi, time beginningless. So you were there. In Rama's time also we were there, maybe as a monkey, but we were there. Monkey also is a very good fortune. Maybe monkey or whatever, some insect. So we were there. So you have been there. In this world, either in this world or some world, you have been there. And you have gone through so many challenges, ups and downs. Sometimes we must have visited Naraka also or not? Yes. So you had millions of lives. You must have gone to Swarga also. Ramba Urvasi dance also you must have seen. And must have gone to Naraka where torture is there. That also we have gone. So when we hear this big description, we can see any challenge in its proper perspective. We have lived for millions and billions and trillions of years. And still surviving, we are there, we are here. So this too shall pass. So we know this too shall pass. And that is what the sadhaka gets this message. That so many things have come and gone. We have lived the life of so many types of jivas, so many types of living beings. This is one more. Sometimes in life, when we are facing some challenge, we feel that challenge to be endless. स्वामी जी इसका कोई अंत नहीं है. No end to this. It is not so. Even Brahmaji's life is going to be over. Then what to talk about your life, your child? This is the message we have to derive. All right. So here, what happens when Brahmaji's this night comes, day is over, and when what happens when Brahmaji's day arrives? So first he says about day. Avyaktat vyaktayas sarvaha prabhavanti aharagame. When the aharagama means when there is a arrival of the day of Brahmaji, then sarvaha means all the jivas prabhavanti are manifested from where? From avyakta, from unmanifested. So all jivas were there in unmanifest state. And when Brahmaji wakes up, along with that, all the jivas are also get manifested. And when the night comes, what happens? Ratriagame. On the arrival of night of Brahmaji, praliyante, all the jivas are dissolved. Brahmaji is like a mother, no? Mother takes the children and sleep. So like that mother, the Brahmaji along with all his jivas, he sleeps. And then when he wakes up, all children wake up. All the jivas wake up. That's he said, Ratragame praliyante. When the night comes, all the tatra eva, in that avyakta sangnake, in that entity called avyakta, unmanifest. In that alone, all the jivas are resolved. So a very important fact of Shastra is presented here. There is no complete destruction of anything. So jivas, they will be living this life and then they will be resolved. They will be resolved into avyakta. When this Brahmaji's day comes, resolved. And in fact, when this present life, in that also we have got the experience of pralaya. Pralaya means dissolution. In dissolution, what happens? Every day we have this pralaya. This is called Dainandina pralaya. So we need not be afraid of pralaya. Bhagavan has given you a sample of pralaya to have every day. So our sleep is also called a pralaya. Pralaya. What type of pralaya? Dainandina pralaya. Daily pralaya. Some people have 2-3 times pralaya. During the day also they have pralaya. Sometimes in the classroom also pralaya. So pralaya is there. So Dainandina pralaya, what happens? Our individuality is resolved into unmanifest. And similarly, we have got the pralaya when Brahmaji's working day is over. When the night of Brahmaji comes, there is a pralaya. That is called Naimittika pralaya, otherwise called Kalpa pralaya. Kalpa pralaya means when day of Brahmaji working day is over, then jivas go to sleep. Then we have got Prakrita pralaya. When even Brahmaji's 100 years are over and all the things and beings are resolved into Maya completely. That is called Prakrita pralaya. So one is Dainandina pralaya, daily pralaya. One is Kalpa pralaya, when Brahmaji's one day is over. And when Brahmaji's 100 years are over, we have got Prakrita pralaya, when all the things including Brahmaji are resolved into Maya, Prakriti. And one more pralaya also we talk about in Shastra, which is not directly relevant to here, but is important to know, and that is called Atyantika pralaya. Atyantika pralaya means absolute dissolution, which is by getting the self-knowledge. When you attain the self-knowledge with clarity, conviction, and without error, then at the time of the Videha Mukti, this person is completely dissolved. And that is called Atyantika Pralaya, absolute dissolution, which is by Gnanam only. For other Pralaya, you don't have to do anything. For getting sleep, really you don't have to do anything. According to Shastra, when do you get sleep? When your karma for that day is over. Our karma only gives us pleasure and is pain or boredom, whatever it is. All of them are given by some karma. When the quota for that day, quota of karma is over for the day, you get sleep. You get sleep. It can happen during the daytime also. So daytime also sometimes quota of karma is not there. What? Sleep. So for that you really speaking you don't have to do. People say I have got sleep problem. Really speaking, this sleep problem is not there. You have got extra dosage of karma. Extra quantity of karma is there that doesn't allow you. Therefore, you have to do some prayers so those karmas are neutralized, you get sleep. So sleep you get how? By the temporary suspension of the karma, punya and papa for the day or for that particular people. Pralaya, you don't have to do anything. The Brahmaji's pralaya will come on its own. The Maya Prakruta pralaya will come on its own. For Atyantika pralaya, you have to do something. What you have to do? You have to go to the Guru, you have to do Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasanam, get the Dhyana Nishtha, and you will have Atyantika pralaya in the form of complete dissolution of individuality into totality. And here, this Kalpa pralaya is talked about to show that even Brahmaji will have, and one day Brahmaji also will have an end. He also will have completion of his lifespan. More we'll see in the next class.